I remember reading and hearing that people thought that this game might end. Oh shoot, that might end Mario, like the adventure platformers of Mario. And I really don't think so, honestly. I don't know what people as a whole think, if they thought that was a real thing, but honestly, it there's a lot of things that feel limiting in this particular Mario. Oh shoot. We don't have the different backgrounds that all the other Mario adventures have. And a lot of these levels, I haven't made a level yet, but I would definitely like to. A lot of these levels, oh shoot, I gotta hold on to that one though. A lot of these levels are really, really short. And so I don't know how big of a level you can make. But typically when it comes to, games that allow you had to have some sort of a level design, they're usually very limited, which is kind of bittersweet, but I'm sure that there's a reason that I don't know off the top of my head for as a matter of fact. I can guess and theorize, but I don't know what the actual reasons are. Oh shoot, that's actually pretty good. Okay. Oh, I see. Don't wear it. I can't wear the helmet. I also watch a lot of other people play, so I kind of realize that there's a little bit of tricks to some of these things. Oh no. Yep, I'm done. But this is actually really fun. It's definitely challenging, but it's very enjoyable to play. I'd love to actually look up some more levels to see what the really hard ones are. I know that there's those like one shot do levels. Oh shoot, you gotta. I know what I need to do. I would love to play those, but you know, based on hearing the 0.01% that have actually completed those levels, it takes hours for them to complete. And I might try to attempt off screen, but oh, I actually overshot that. Didn't think that was even possible. So I might give them a try if I have the patience and time to do it, because that's really what it takes: just patience, time, and dedication. But definitely make a list of those. Keep track. Dang it. But yeah, there's a lot of things that to kind of go back to what I was thinking of. These Mario Maker levels are really short, and plus, not everybody's a game designer. They can't make legitimate levels. Now, some of these levels actually do feel like almost like they'd be official levels, but they're still incredibly limited. But in the end, oh man, in the end, they're all really fun and creative, and we can kind of enjoy them together. And what I would like to do is go through as many levels as I can, show that how they can get accomplished, because I'm sure there's plenty of people that haven't completed them. So I'd like to see if I can take my hand at giving them a shot. Yeah, get my hand on them and see if how I can. Oh shoot! See how I perform on these levels, and I'd like to do the best that I can to accomplish as many as possible. Oh man, I undershot that jump. So we can see how you get through these levels. I know that when I was watching a lot of people play these, I was really disappointed because people would play them but then not finish them, or they might just only do very specific levels or just like one or two levels. So I'd like to try to make it as consistent as possible. Oh goodness, I don't know why I lost my momentum there. I'd like to keep going as consistently as possible with a variety of levels that actually, oh goodness, did it again. That actually require, some sort of a skill involved. Like I said, I don't really want to play. Oh, goodness. I can do this, trust me. You saw me get through it before. Oh my goodness. This one might take me a minute. Yeah, if I can't get through this, how am I going to get through what? I know one of the famous designers is Panga. I know the Pit of Panga series is probably really interesting. It's really difficult. I remember hearing another infamous player or designer called Rubber Ross, his me character. So I would definitely like to get my hand at those guys as levels. But I'm pretty sure there's plenty of other people that have developed levels that I would love to give a try at. Because I feel like I might be capable of going through them. So that would be really, really fun to do. And I would like to make a list of games that I'd like to play. I grew up with not a whole lot of video games, consoles, like not a big variety of consoles. I mostly had a few Nintendo products and PlayStation. Oh goodness, Sony PlayStation was really what I mostly played with growing up. When it comes to the whole like which console's better, I don't think there's really much of a division except for a matter of like, maybe controller preference or honestly library preference, because there are a few exclusives that Sony has and that Microsoft has. If it was up to me, I would have had all the consoles. Oh goodness, all the consoles that were out there. But with lack of money, PlayStation was what I really grew up with. Oh my goodness, I may have to. PlayStation is what I really grew up with because it's what I had. And then, plus I fell in love with a lot of the games that I had. I know that there was one in particular, the Metal Gear Solid series. I remember when I picked that up and discovered it. It's funny, actually. I was actually going on a road trip with my family, and we were going from one side of the we were going from the west side all the way to New York City, and we ended up stopping by, I think, like Pennsylvania or something like that, where my parents' like old friends, they were a couple. They lived there, and we ended up stopping by their house. This was a while ago, so I don't remember too much detail, but I remember he had a PlayStation, and I was all about playing video games, and I saw that he was playing this game, and he was in a tanker, and he was sneaking around, and he had a weapon that put people to sleep, and he was trying to, it was all military-esque feel to it, which I loved. And it was Metal Gear Solid 2. and I immediately fell in love with it. He let me give it a try. Oh, you know what? There's that wall up there that I can throw it at. I just realized that. And yeah, so I remember I was playing it while we were visiting them, and I remember I told my parents, I'm like, we got to get this game when I get home. Like, I really wanted it, and that was my major introduction to the series. And ever since then, I kept with it, and I played it to this day. I would say that's my most significant game if I have to pick. Uh, After playing the platformers when I was pretty much that age. And so military shooters, stealth, not necessarily the Tom Clancy games, the Splinter Cell games. I didn't really play those. But I didn't personally like the Splinter Cell. I think I only tried one though. I think, now that I'm a little bit older, I'd be more open to playing those games. I know I actually have played a few Tom Clancy games. I have a few of them. I've got The Division. I've got Rainbow Six Siege. And for what they are, they were fun. Oh goodness. I can do this. There we go. And so I never really got to play much of the Tom Clancy series. There we go. Look at that. Got it done. But I want to be as open as possible to playing video games, even the racing games. And I honestly don't know about the sports games really, because I mean, I don't know. They're obviously doing good. There's nothing really against them. I just don't. They're not my preference in the sense of games. They don't maintain my. Oh shoot! I forgot to start the guy's level. They don't maintain my attention really.